So you've either made the decision to get divorced mutually, or your spouse has petitioned for it, so what do you do now? Number one, you must protect your assets, your credit, your home equity, your dependents, and your estate. You must protect your liquid assets as well as your home equity that you have trapped in your house. And I'll tell you more about that in just a second. The most important secret that I believe is the most relevant if you own a home is to ask your attorney to negotiate with your spouse's counsel to allow a home equity line of credit or home equity loan to be taken out on the residence to pay for legal fees for both you and your spouse. Because divorces linger on longer than expected and the parties run out of money. Credit cards are maxed, credit scores have fallen. They no longer qualify for a HELOC or home equity line of credit. And the parties have to sell their home to tap the equity and fire sale it, losing all or most of their equity. Not a good plan. Next, cancel all joint credit cards and open new lines in your name only. You need to basically go away from the joint accounts and get into single, because that individual is going to run those cards up in most instances. Make sure that the previous accounts have your new address, including your mortgage company, thus making sure all bills are paid and your credit does not suffer. That's the problem that we see, is people that don't get the bill or goes to the spouse and it never gets paid and their credit suffers accordingly. Don't let that happen to you. Take control of the situation. Remain on top of your open account balances and pay them on time, because if you're going to go out and move forward, you need a good credit record. Place a fraud alert on your credit report. That will make sure that if your spouse tries to take out an account in your name without your permission, you are alerted to that. Okay? This happens all the time, that the spouse takes out a card without their permission and runs it to the top, and then you end up having to pay for it. If you're going through a truly contentious divorce, you definitely need to put a credit freeze. That will not allow anyone to get a copy of the credit report. Now, of course, if you're trying to open accounts like we talked about before, you can't do both. So we definitely want to be careful about the credit freeze. Is really the thing that you want to do as a last resort. Doctors, I had a doctor client that had their spouse went out and ran a $60,000 credit card up without their permission. Of course, that doctor had to pay for that after the fact. So very, very important. Next question here, give you some other good meat, some good information. Should you sell the house? Well, yes and no. Just depends on if that spouse, let's say you have a husband and wife, and the husband is going to keep the house and the wife is going to leave with the children, and the wife is on the loan. Now, in a divorce decree, the judge can decree that the house payments are to be made by the person or the spouse that stays in the house. That's great, because legally you're not required by the court to make those payments anymore. But if you're on the loan and it's on your credit report and you signed a loan document, the lender does not care about a divorce decree. Your credit can be tarnished if your spouse or your ex-spouse does not continue to make those payments. I see it all the time. People think, well, it's in the divorce decree, it stipulates that I'm not responsible for the payment. Why are they still hitting my credit? Because you still have a contract with the lender. Very important. Okay, so that's real important on that. We see that happen quite frequently. Okay, so these are just a few of the items that I wanted to share with you. I have a lot more information. This just scratches the surface. I want to give you a little taste, a little information about what type of information you need to be dealing with, and I hope this has been helpful for you. And I know it's not complete, and I hope that you'll give me your information as stipulated on this page, because I want to send you a free CD that gives you a lot more information, and that'll give you a pretty good general overview of what you need to be looking at. Also, I'm going to give you as a free bonus, I'm going to give you my report, what your divorce lawyer should be doing and when. It's a 10 highlighted bullet points on what your divorce attorney should be doing and when. If you are one of the 2/3 of the people that don't have an attorney, because 2/3 of all people that file for divorce don't use an attorney. If that is you, then you are your own attorney, so you need to know what these bullet points are to make sure that you're following those as well. So give me your information, and if you do so and pay for shipping and handling, so it covered my cost on my shipping and handling, I'll provide some information to you that'll be invaluable. And I hope that you'll allow us to provide information on an ongoing basis to you because you will need representation. I'm not an attorney. I am a CPA and certified divorce planner. If you need legal advice, you speak with your attorney. Again, I am not providing legal advice. I am providing general advice that you need to know about at this point in time. I wish you the best of luck, and I know you'll make it through it. Just educate yourself and empower yourself. Have a great day.